rebut what's been going on where people saying that should be accepted, and obviously you're against it. What kind of brought that on? What was the first incidents that you saw that happen, and just kind of maybe a little fire in your ass to say no, that's not okay?
Well, it was several things. I knew it was happening. I didn't know actually it was happening prior to like, I guess when it became the news. I never, I to me, drag is an adult entertainment.
Right.
It's
Hmm.
something you do in a 18 and over club with alcohol, strippers, go-go boys, and drag queens are often sexual. The acts are often sexual in nature.
Hmm.
And when I heard that they were bringing that, first of all, that kids were starting to do drag, and I went, well, what does that mean? Are they just sitting at home putting on makeup? I mean, a lot of people do that. A lot of kids play around.
Right.
But then I found out, no, they're actually performing, and they're actually, there's some who've gone into clubs, and I see adult men throwing money at them. And I was like, this isn't right. This isn't like drama or theater at school. This is an actual it's a performance in a nightclub, and they're treating this kid as if they were a performer. And
Or a sexual object,
I,
I would assume.
right,
Yeah.
right, because there's always an element there. I don't want to say always, because someone will call me out on it. 90 something percent of the time, there is a sexual element to
Hmm.
drag.
Yeah.
Always. Drag queens want to be sexy women. They'll perform sex acts on, they're simulated sex acts on a stage, or anything filthy, anything shocking. Um, and then I was against that. And then I saw people that I actually worked with. Um, I saw one in particular who actually was a winner of RuPaul's Drag Race, in completely, well, naked, but covering his genitals in the dressing room with one of these kids.
Oh,
And I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
shit.
why? I'm all, why is that going on? Because I have been in the dressing room. There are drugs, there's pornography, underage drinking. It's just, it's a big party, an adult party. And I'm thinking, how are these drag queens um, behaving in front of these children? So then I came about the drag queen storybook hour. Somebody I knew did it, and I knew that this person was a prostitute. I knew they were a drug addict, and I'm thinking, why why are we welcoming this element into with children? I don't get it. Then I would see their acts, and I could tell because I've been doing it for a while. They were trying. They can't turn their acts into a child-friendly act. So you will often see them twerking, removing their clothing, things like that. And I'm thinking, at any point do these performers realize these are children? And why are they continuing this adult act? There are some that don't. I'm not going to say that they've all done it.
right.
Right.
But even the ones who don't do it, my problem is this: they are there for an agenda. They're not there to read Alice in Wonderland and just leave. That they're not there. They're there to talk about gender. There to talk about being different. And then then the whole lifestyle gets talked about: homosexuality, trans issues. The 10 million genders that we have. They'll tell boys, hey, you can
Jesus.
be a girl if you want. Things like that. So they're educating these kids on these issues.
I was
They're,
stuck.
it's
Sorry, I was stuck back at 73. Now you're telling me there's 10,000?
what it's an infinite number.
I have got some
But,
studying to do.
We got our work cut out for tonight after the show's
I
over.
tell you what, for the next 6 nights for our live performances,
Pounding away at the
we're
keyboards.
going to be doing nothing but listing off the 10,000 genders.
Oh man.
But it just bothered me. It just bothered me, and it bothered me that I didn't see anybody speaking out against this. And so I made a video basically saying to heterosexual America, because they're the ones that can fix this. They're the ones that are allowing it. They're the ones taking their children to this stuff. And it's always the woke people, the yoga people, the vegans. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God. Yeah. I just saw a video the other day about it was some kid sitting on a stool, and some drag queen or something like that was giving like a lap dance to this kid and doing like just prancing around, doing very incredibly
Now-
sexual. Hang on, they're doing very incredibly sexual movements, and it wasn't. I mean, that bothered me in and of itself. That's already enough. But then you see the mom standing right next to the kid, like cheering it on, like hell yeah, like this is an amazing experience for my
Right.
son or daughter. I can't even remember the kid anymore. I was so busy looking at everything else going on that I don't even remember what. Like, what is going
It was
on
a
here?
girl. It was a little girl.
So you must know the
Yeah,
one I'm
you
talking
must. Yeah, you must have seen that. So let me ask you: do you think that this is considered a form of child abuse?
Hmm.
about. Yes.
Well, okay, if you expose your child to pornography, I mean, you're not even supposed to take a little kid that age to a rated R movie. I mean,
Right.
I think these are topics that are not meant for a child's mind. You know, they
Hmm.
don't even know what they want for dinner. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, how do they know how do they know anything about gender and sex and sexuality and
These are kids that
I
can't
just
even
don't.
clean the rooms, let alone understand that whole thought process, in my opinion.
There are adults who don't even understand it. So
That's
I
true.
Yeah,
don't
right.
Yeah.
understand why. But what also bothered me is when I watched these performances, I would see the parents getting into it. They really liked the performance of the drag queen doing their thing and reading and whatever. And
Mhm.
the kids often look confused or they're looking around and I've even heard reports that some kids get actually scared because some of these drag queens, if you were to see me, you would be scared. I'm 6'4", 300 pounds. I'm a huge guy. Now, if I'm sitting there wearing platform heels and some big costume and it's not it's just not for kids. They don't
Oh yeah,
understand what's going on.
you've got the giant hair coming out, and
Yeah. Hmm.
everything's just bigger and grander with the drag
Yeah.
queen's lifestyle. So yeah, I could definitely kind of see where that would be a little terrifying for a kid that's not been exposed to this kind of thing to begin with, and now I'm a kid. I'm supposed to be sitting down and listening to this person. I'm a little terrified of read a story to me about some shit that I don't even know what they're talking about. You know that I can only
Well, yeah.
imagine. I can only imagine.
And not, and when you see even a drag queen, there's this thing in drag that you don't want to be seen during the day because drag is a complete illusion of makeup and lighting. That's all it is. I mean, a lot of these drag queens, they're not even feminine little men. These are big guys
Hmm.
that paint you have, and like the amount of paint you have to put on your face is or makeup it it's a lot. It's you don't even look like a woman in person in under regular lighting. So they're just very garish and big and scary. And from the ones I've seen, they're kind of sloppy too, and they're not even attractive. And they have no skills, no specific skills in teaching children reading or anything. They're just a guy who puts on makeup and that's it. They
Yeah.
they have no qualifications that make them a child educator at all.
Did I ever tell you I used to put on makeup?
You know, I was just thinking we ought to do a full show of us in drag.
Of us, we've done that already for a
Oh
Halloween
yeah,
special.
that's right. I forgot about that. I went as Hagatha. You went as Was it Valerie?
Valerie.
Valerie.
Yeah.
So, well, did you want to hit up the comment section? Looks like there's a lot of people that are tuning into this show tonight.
Yes, I do.
I
Appreciate
can't read
it.
them, so you're gonna have to
Yeah,
be
I
able to do
definitely
that for me.
appreciate all the interaction, you guys. This is awesome. Apparently, a lot of people really think Kitty is amazing.
Yeah.
So you got a huge fan base. I appreciate that.
Awesome. Wow,
Um,
thank you.
So one Dawn from Facebook says LGBTQ while trying to be inclusive, including children, is actually giving themselves a bad name. You don't involve children in adult acts.